hot from the oil shock. Raise and you push an economy losing 92,000 jobs a month toward full contraction. The CME FedWatch tool now shows greater than 50% probability of a hike, not to cut a stunning reversal from just weeks ago. The OEC revised its US inflation forecast up to 4.2%, driven almost entirely by energy costs. Deutsche Bank and Oxford Economics modelled Brent crude at $140 for 8 weeks. Mild contraction across developed economies, the US trending towards standstill, unemployment rising. Every $10 oil increase removes 0.2 to 0.3% from GDP, while adding 0.4 to inflation. Oil moved from $70 to $110 in 3 weeks. That math is already inside the system. The last time this happened was the 1970s. The OPEC embargo choked oil supply, sent inflation to 12%, and slowed the economy all at once. Paul Volcker broke it by hiking rates to 20%, deliberately triggering one of the worst recessions in modern American history. The current supply disruption Gulf production, down by at least 10 million barrels per day, is being called the largest oil supply shock in the history of the global market. The trigger is the same. And the last time it applied, the cure required crashing the economy on purpose. Whether today's leadership has the discipline to do what Volcker did is the open question. If it does not, the inflation does not break. It compounds. And the slow erosion of your purchasing power becomes the permanent condition. Now step back for a moment. Because when you put all of this together, it starts to look like something familiar. Rome did not decide overnight to destroy its currency. They shaved fractions of silver from the denarius one minting at a time, for centuries, to fund wars the tax base could not cover. Officials told the public the currency was sound, the empire was strong, the setbacks were temporary. The Roman public believed them until the coins stopped buying bread and the armies could not be paid. Spain believed its wealth was permanent because it seemed unlimited. Half the world's gold and silver. Military dominance. A currency accepted everywhere. Within 80 years, 4 bankruptcies and irrelevance as a world power. The silver flood had removed every incentive to build productive capacity. When it ran out, there was nothing left underneath. Britain ran a quarter of the earth. The pound was the global reserve currency. The sun never sets on the British Empire was a literal geographic fact. Within 40 years of entering the First World War, it was over. Reserve status lost at Bretton Woods. The top 1% holding more than 70% of national wealth. The military stretched too thin. And food rationing still in effect a full decade after World War II ended. The richest empire in history, rationing butter and bread. The Soviet Union spent 15 to 20% of GDP on the military, stagnated economically, ran a currency nobody trusted internationally, and when oil prices collapsed in the 1980s, the entire structure dissolved in 900 days. Not 900 years, 900 days. Now look at the United States in 2026. Defense spending at $892 billion with a proposal to hit $1.5 trillion. $700